sea. He lost and he was cast out of the star system. And but he loves humanity. He's wonderful.
Beverly, anything to add there?
No, I'm absolutely in awe. Thank you so much, Elena. That's a really great answer.
Thank you.
So I've been looking at the trajectory of the God of Chaos asteroid and the theory that something could set it off course and it could hit Earth in 2029. Do you have any information about that? Will it hit Earth? Will it stay on course and not hit Earth? Could the debris cause problems?
It will not hit Earth. There are many asteroids or threats coming from outer space, but we are well protected. We have off-world organizations in motherships in the star system and a few around the Earth, in orbit of Earth. They are deflecting all projectiles, so there will not be anything hitting Earth. There's a lot of fear porn that is engineered, by the enemies of humanity, as we can say, but that's not going to happen.
No.
Okay,
absolutely, definitely not.
We've got a question from Michael, but let me just tell everyone. So Eleanor's links are in the description box. So if you want to go over and support her work, I'll put them in the live chat. But let me get this question out first. Michael, Eleanor, can you talk about the Galactic Federation of Worlds and the ship that is in our solar system at the moment?
Sure. The Galactic Federation of Worlds was created after the Orion Wars by a Pleiadian group allied with Sirius B people, the Tashkeru. They create this organization to look after the balance of peace in the galaxy. But it started as a military organization, So they are now very, very big and looking after a lot of worlds and cultures. What was the second part of the question about them that this person asked? Sorry.
The ship that is in the solar system at the moment.
Sorry. They have several ships in the solar system. There are 4 in orbit of Earth, of the Galactic Federation of Worlds at the moment. And there are a few after the Oort cloud at the periphery of the star system. Same as another organization, the Intergalactic Confederation. They have the same amount of ships in orbit of Earth, and India are Oort, after the Oort cloud. They are a military organization, the Galactic Federation of Worlds, and I want really to stress the point that it is not a spiritual, ethereal organization. It's real, biological, physical beings of different species. And there has been just a psyop going on in the New Age community, unfortunately, that was created to confuse people and to invent a fake federation that they call the Galactic Federation of Light. And people must be aware that this is not a real thing.
Yeah, false information, because you can't federate light, actually, at the end of the day. So
very good.
So Susan's wondering whether the Predator class is part alien or human.
Many of them are part aliens. These are issued from the 13 families, as we call them, the 13 evil families. Well, who are they? They are descended from the bloodline of Enlil and the half-reptilian bloodline. So they have reptilian genetics in them. So they are easily controllable by emotions. They have less empathy, and they are really manipulable by the forces darker that were behind. Yes, so they are descendant from reptilian ETs.
So the next question is, who created all of the dimensions and why?
I love these questions. Great questions for the audience. There is something that is called creator source. It's a singularity. This is shooting constantly fractals of itself out into the physical universe, multiverse. and offshoots of its consciousness. And these little seeds are going to embody matter. It can be biological beings, it can be plasma beings floating in space, it can be planets with an electromagnetic field. Anything that has a pulse is able to receive a seed of consciousness. So this is how life expands, like how the universes are created. From this singularity that is infinite inwards and infinite outwards are created bubble universes. You know, when you look at the flower of life, this pattern, well, this is a flat representation of what it is in 3 dimensions. It's bubbles and intricate in one another. And these bubbles are each a universe or a dimension. And this is expanding infinitely, infinitely.
Question from Deborah. Can alien beings use dreams to talk to us?
Yes, exactly. Yes. You need first to have a quantum entanglement or a contact. No, usually the alien beings who enter in contact with you have already been in contact with you in the past. They may be from your soul family, sometimes it happens, people are not from here. And or you have seen once a ship in the sky and you felt a connection happening with consciousness. And really, after, it always works. You have dreams and they can communicate with you.
So Michael's saying, can you talk about what is happening on Mars? Is the human colonies and other species?
What's happening on Mars is a great plan of re-terraforming of Mars to bring Mars back to when it was a more habitable planet with oceans, nature, plants, everything. And there is a program of cooperation between humans from Earth, humans from Mars, were there for a long time, and Alpha Centaurian, actually, who are building biodomes and creating fertile soil from all the technology they are bringing to welcome new colonies from Earth that are these projects are being prepared actually. And someone very famous, I don't know if we can name names, is preparing to send big rockets directly to Mars.
Wow. I think this super chat question's coming. I think this is for you, Beverly, because I'm not 100% sure what the person's referring to. So Denise is saying, I sent my video first with no explanation because super chat wouldn't allow my video. The video is above my house this past summer 2024. I was wondering if you could tell me what I saw. This is Denise Lynn. Has Denise Lynn previously spoke to you about a video or something?
Yeah, I think it was one of the ones where, if that's the right one we received, because we do get a lot of videos, it was from her video doorbell, and the video doorbell had a picture of the sky, if it's the right one I'm thinking of, and it was in summer 2024, and it was of a craft in the sky that very early hours of the morning, I think it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and it had moved across, and there was a number of frames. I think there was 4 or 5 different videos sent from the video doorbell, which was set up to start recording the moment it was seeing some sort of movement, which was very useful. And there was a craft moving across the sky. It did look like it was one of our types, one of the ones that are re-engineered human types of crafts, because of the type. It was more of a triangular one, which appears to be the types that have been created here on Earth. And it wasn't moving in a way that if I was to see Da'ar's craft, it comes and goes in a totally different way. Plus, it has a way in which it can move up and down, sideways, all over, and it has a very strange fluorescent colored lights with it, whereas the craft that was on the doorbell wasn't like that. It was a very straight line, and it was three lights. So I would like to get Elena's comment on that. I think it was one of our human re-engineered ones.
Well, I would need to see a photo or have more details, but I totally follow what you say, Beverly.
Okay.
And thank you, Denise, for the super chat, and also Millicent for the super chat. And the question is it true there's a mothership in the Gulf of Mexico right now and more about to show themselves?
The motherships, they move around the Earth. They are not on locked locations. There are 8 motherships in the orbit of Earth at the moment. 4 from the Galactic Federation of Worlds and 4 from the Intergalactic Confederation, plus plenty of other ships. They have stealth technology, so you can't always see them. They are going to show themselves more and more, these ships and these star people. It is part of the plan of disclosure. The star people are in charge of showing their ships more and more in the sky. And you just have to look up day and night and just wait and be confident. You will see them. I can promise you.
Denise, sorry. Are some Pleiadians hybrids with Anunnaki? I feel they sold us humans out in treaties with Eisenhower, etc., as Earth was like the Las Vegas of the galaxy, and they liked humiliating humans.
No, the Anunnaki or Anarim were not involved in the Eisenhower treaties. The only faction of Anunnaki that was on Earth at that time, since the Younger Dryas event, 9600 BC, was the dark faction of Enlil, and they surely didn't make any agreements with the Eisenhower administration. So then the Pleiadian hybrids made by the dark faction of Enlil, probably, but anything that was to do with Enlil never made any agreements with Eisenhower. Eisenhower made an agreement of protection with the Galactic Federation of Worlds in 1954.
Anything to add, Beverly?
No, that's absolutely right. It was mainly of protection. There was a period of time where the Earth was on the no-fly zone, but now it's been removed from the no-fly zone because the negative reptilians and others have been removed from the surface and underground. So yes, there was a lot of changes that have happened over the last few years, significant changes, and continue to change.
Which ties into Sharon's question. Now that the negative reptilian Orions are off our Earth, will the energy of human predators dwindle away, hopefully, and disempower them into submissions and stop the derogation towards others?
Yes, they have lost so much power since their alien overlords have been kicked out. They are on their own, losing not only their support, and the support was not only technological. These reptilian alien overlords were also versed very much into high magic, and so they've lost that support as well. This predator class now has lost also the human resources they were hunting on Earth. They have less and less of these human resources who are rescued, and trafficking is being progressively stopped.
Yeah. Transporting has been stopped.
Transporting, yeah.
Transporting, yeah.
And they've also lost access to some substances they used to take to feel better.
Gotcha. Okay. We've got a question from MG, and the question is, what can you tell us about portals and areas where energy seems to be projected from elsewhere, sending dark entities out?
So that is really, really possible. All the portals have been put under control recently, but a portal can absolutely send out, when it's open and locked on the location on the other side, anything that want to go through, but I wouldn't say there is any danger now. The danger would be to open new portals via technology or even magic. You can do that as well. That would be the only concern. But when a portal opens in the fabric of space-time, it creates a frequency, and this is monitored. These frequencies are monitored by the Galactic Federation of Worlds, so they instantly try to locate it and get it to close.
Sue's wondering, how were the undesirable off-worlders removed from Earth?
This operation began in 2017. So the heat and the height of it in 2020, and was practically over in 2021, end of 2021. And mid of 2022, it was really, that's it. It's finished. How it happened? You had simultaneous operations. The biggest one was the cleansing or the clearing of the underground, deep underground military bases, where you had all these facilities that were holding despicable human experiments, people locked in there. I try to avoid some words.
Yeah, you're good. Good.
Yeah, good. Okay. So all these operations to liberate these places, it was done in a very clever way. They would lock big places and then walk towards the center. That was it was a horrendous war. And parallel to that, you had an older operation that had been ongoing since the 1950s. It was the infiltration by good people from sometimes ETs, sometimes humans, infiltration of the dark organizations by agents that would be untraceable for the moment when the moment would come, they would do their job. They would, expose what has been going on in these organizations, or stop some bad things to happen. And and a war in the solar system as well, parallel, has been going on, and at the same dates.
So we got a question from Bob. Should we be experimenting with CERN, which is the nuclear thing, isn't it?
CERN, CERN is passing into good hands, so we shouldn't worry. They're going to change the purpose of their experiments. The experiments at the start were scientific purpose, but it has been really used by dark people, I would say, for trying to open portals and create a tier, the fabric of space-time. But they manage a little bit, but now these operations, of course, have stopped, and the CERN is shifting positively.
So Ash is wondering your thoughts on the extreme weather in the USA. I think that's referring to the fires and stuff.
Weather engineering is real. It's a weapon, and the deep state, I would say the predator class, has in their hands weapons that can do that, technologies that can do that are located on Earth with certain it's like cannons that send frequencies into the clouds and can really change the winds in the clouds. But the most effective are from certain satellites that are stealth, and that the good guys are trying to destroy them. Weather engineering, and what happened in the west of the United States recently. That was horrendous. Yes, it was. So that, let's say, California, that wasn't weather engineering. It was direct energy weapon technology.
We've got a question from John Ray, and viewers, we're backed up by 100 questions right now, which is a testament to Eleanor's popularity on the channel. There's probably no way we're gonna. It's going to be a situation where we end up with hundreds of unanswered questions. I apologize in advance, folks, but do keep the questions coming in, and you'll have a chance of getting in there. So, John Ray, I would love to know your thoughts on this. I plan on grounding on the Planetary Alignment Day, which is in 6 days' time, apparently.
Yes.
And have you ever heard of OMUS, aka Monoatomic Gold?
Yes, yes. So it is very, very good to ground yourself into the core of the earth through your feet and feel your being like throwing roots in the ground towards the center of the earth, and expand your branches towards these lines of planets, and you will be a bridge, and you will benefit of all this gravity pull that will strengthen your magnetic field in an extraordinary way. You can really do that, and I recommend. It's a fantastic experience. Monoatomic gold is a substance that is derived from gold, and it is something that is activating your cells and doing a lot of good at decluttering DNA. So depending on the genetics of people, it works more or less, So I would say if you have since you have the Adamic bloodline DNA, it works wonders. That's what I wanted to say.
Well
All
done.
right, so Nancy's saying, how are ETs able to dismantle bombs that could cause catastrophe for the whole universe? Do they masquerade as part of the government to learn their nefarious plans?
So you have all these organizations that are infiltrated already. So plants leak first, and then when a device is operational, and maybe a missile, atomic missile, nuclear missile is